Starting with some breaking news here on 5 Live. After pro-Tamil outfits conducted an agitation in front of Rajinikanth's house earlier today, opposing his entry into politics, a Madurai protest by Rajinikanth fans has now broken out against Veera Lakshmi, the group that is protesting against him for burning his effigy in Chennai. Take a look at the images on your screen right now. First of the protest against Rajinikanth, and now a protest in favor of him and supporting his entry into politics. This protest from Madurai. There you go. Images of the protest in support of Rajinikanth now on your left, and on the right, the protest against him earlier today in Chennai. This is a very, very divisive issue. And even though the protesters against Chennai, against Rajinikanth are very small in number and belong to a fringe group, the fact is, it is an extremely emotive issue on Tamil identity, and that's why it has gotten some traction in the media as well. Well, as rumours of Rajinikanth taking that political plunge grow stronger, a lobby opposing Neta Talaiva has gotten louder, as you saw in those pictures. A Tamil fringe group reached the actor's residence and carried out a massive protest opposing his possible entry into politics. Will Rajini be dissuaded? Remember, he's always been very reluctant about the hustle and bustle and dirt of politics. Could this be a warning to Talaiva? And more importantly, is he even paying attention? Take a look.
A long-awaited war cry.
So system is change பண்ணனும். ஜனங்களுடைய மன ரீதியை வச்சு சிந்தனை ஓட்டத்தை சேஞ்ச் பண்ணனும். ஒரு மாற்றத்தை உண்டாக்கணும். அப்போதான் நாடு உருப்படும். அது எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து பண்ண வேண்டியது.
A possible poll bugle met with massive cheer in most of Tamil Nadu. But cries of anger in some parts. Days after Rajini called himself 100% Tamil,
நான் ரஜினிகாந்த் தமிழனா அவர் தமிழனா அப்படிங்கிற கேள்வி. எனக்கு இப்போ 67 வயசு ஆகுது. 23 ஆண்டுகள் நான் கர்நாடகத்தில் இருந்தேன். 44 ஆண்டுகள்
the Tamil fringe is up in arms, claiming an outsider cannot enter state politics. Protesters attempted to lay siege to the superstar's house and burnt his effigies. Even the political class took pot shots at Talaivar.
நடிகர் சத்யராஜ் வந்து தமிழகத்துக்காக காவிரி நீர் பிரச்சனைக்காக வந்து அப்போ குரல் கொடுத்ததையும் கூட கர்நாடகாவில் வந்து அந்த நேரத்தில் வந்து ஒரு சினிமாங்கிறது ஒரு அது தனி
இல்லை. நான் அது பற்றியே போல அவர் தான் பெரியார் வழின்னு சொன்னதுக்கப்புறம் நான் இதை எதிர்பார்க்க முடியாது. ஸ்டாலின் பற்றியும் சீமான் பற்றியும் கருத்துக்கள் தெரிவித்திருக்கிறார் என்றாலே அது பெரியார் வழி கருத்து தான்.
Attending India Today's editors roundtable, BJP President Amit Shah was non-committal when asked if his party is trying to woo Rajinikanth.
उनको कब राजनीति में आना है मैं कैसे तय कर सकता हूं?
पर आपकी तरफ से स्वागत है, रास्ता खुला है, दरवाजा खुला है।
हमारी तरफ से हर अच्छे व्यक्ति का राजनीति में आने के लिए स्वागत है।
क्या ये बात सही है कि बीजेपी की तमिलनाडु की रणनीति में रजनीकांत एक अहम किरदार है?
देखिए, अभी रजनीकांत जी ने पहले तय करना पड़ेगा कि वो राजनीति में आए।
अभी आपके पास कोई गारंटी नहीं है कि वो आ भी रहे हैं कि नहीं आ रहे?
मेरा कैसे गारंटी ले सकता हूं? उनको ही तय करना है।
Rajinikanth's possible role as a Neta has clearly left Tamil Nadu divided. Like his villains on screen, is Rajinikanth making his future political rivals quake in their boots already? With Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining us live now, Pramod Madhav, our reporter on the ground in Chennai. Also with us is Narayanan Tirupati of the BJP. The party seemed to be wooing Rajinikanth perhaps more than anyone else. But Pramod, I want to come to you first. Who is this group? What was their intention? You know, they're a fringe group. We don't want to give too much attention to who these people were in terms of what their identity is. But they've picked up on a very, very emotive issue on the identity of Rajinikanth. You know, everyone knows he's not a Tamil, but he went on record recently to say, I am a pure Tamil when he was speaking to his fans. So they've picked up on that very, very crucial issue, Pramod.
Well, Shiv, before that, I would like to show you that I'm standing in front of Rajinikanth's house over here, and the issue and the trouble, it seems to have subsided. And as you asked, this particular person called Veera Lakshmi is a leader of a group called Tamizhar Munneta Padai. This was one group that came into limelight during the period of 2014 and 15, when there was like too much protest against Tamil Nadu, taskmark and liquor shop. That is where they got the prominence, following which they also gave their audience towards Sri Lankan Tamils, and they are fighting for their cause. This is how they came into the limelight. From then on, they have started like protesting in various activities, and Rajinikanth has always been on their map because to them, he is an outsider, especially a Kannadiga. That is the reason, even while protesting in front of Cathedral Road, Veera Lakshmi clearly maintained two things. He said like Kannada Nadigar Rajinikanth Origa, meanings down Nadigar Rajinikanth, who is from Karnataka, and no Kannadiga should rule Tamil Nadu again. That is how they were claiming it. Apparently, it seems like they are completely overwhelmed by the fact that even Jayalalitha is a Kannadiga. They have completely forgotten that fact, and right now they are protesting against this one. Major people consider this as just a political move to gain some brownie points, but on the other sector, the regional parties and the politics over here seems to be divided as well, Shiv.
It's very, very divided. Narayanan Tirupati, what are you making of this? You know, clearly, despite all of this being so far in the realm of speculation, with even Rajinikanth coming out and clarifying, saying that nothing is clear just yet, clearly, you know, even the speculation has made everybody really, really nervous. Enough, in fact, that they've, you know, started calling him a Kannadiga, and we all know that he's actually of Marathi descent, Mr. Tirupati.
See, whether he is a Tamil or Kannadiga or whoever it is, Mr. Rajinikanth is a good person. He is a right person to politics. And if he decides, if at all he decides to enter politics, he has got all his liberty to come into politics and play his role. And if he is ready to join BJP, we are ready to welcome him. That is our stand. But as far as what all happened today is a very small, 5-10 people in Tamil Nadu. They are trying to make some publicity out of this. Let us. I want to ignore what has happened today because it is a very small fringe outfit. So let us not. There is no point in discussing this also.
No,
but
you know,
as far as Rajinikanth,
the question I wanted to ask you, sir, is, you know, because Rajinikanth specifically came out and said, I am a Tamil, you know, nobody was asking him to come out and clarify on that issue. But he himself, of his own volition, he chose to come out, Mr. Tirupati, on that stage at the Raghavendra Mandapam and speak to his fans and say I'm a Tamil, is being interpreted as a very political statement. And they have obviously caught on to that particular issue.
See, in Tamil Nadu, this is a problem. It's there for a very long time. And even some people, especially DK, DMK, all these people, they play with this language problem. And they play with the regional problems. So, they have been accusing Mr. Rajinikanth as a Kannadiga and all those things. But what happens, see, these people are calling MJR as a Malayali. These people are calling Jayalalitha as a Kannadiga.
Correct.
So, see, that doesn't count at all. People don't vote for all these things. Very small groups, particularly this Dravidar Kadagam and DMK, they take this, these issues, and definitely it is not going to help them, and it will be advantage to Mr. Rajinikanth.
Don't you think it's ironic, Mr. Tirupati? Don't you think it's ironic that, in the absence of leadership and so much political chaos going in Tamil Nadu, these very same groups, these very same politicians have the nerve to criticize Rajinikanth and say that he does not have the caliber, he does not have the experience, he is not cut out for politics. Isn't it ironic?
See, as you rightly said, they definitely, Ms. Jayalalitha, the late Chief Minister, AIDMK leader, and since she is not there, and also Mr. Karunanidhi is not well, this definitely two leaders were controlling the entire party, both the parties, and definitely they were big leaders in Tamil Nadu. Now there is a very big vacuum as far as individual leadership is concerned. So now they are really afraid that as a party, BJP is improving in Tamil Nadu because youths and other people, they are supporting in the created vacuum, this position. And if suppose Rajinikanth comes as an individual and joins BJP, they are afraid that they will be out of politics and they will not have their way into ruling Tamil Nadu. Absolutely. This is the problem. All these things are happening only because of the threat created by BJP as well as Mr. Rajinikanth.
Absolutely.
So
it's a larger than life threat, and therefore it's something that they obviously feel they cannot ignore. Yes. The figure of Rajinikanth and Narendra Modi standing side by side is obviously something that nobody can ignore, because even both of these figures separately and individually would look like a threat to them, and therefore this huge political churn. Narayan Tirupati, appreciate you joining us. Thank you as always for being here on 5 Live. You can get much more of this on 8 p.m. on People's Court with Padmaja. That's coming up on India Today, where she's asking the big question: why are so many parties, so many individuals dead against, at least in private, about Rajinikanth joining politics? Don't forget to tune in to that big debate with Padmaja at 8 p.m. 5 Live. Now there's a big controversy that's broken out with the BJP chief in Karnataka, B.S. Yediyurappa. No stranger to controversy himself. Now it's broken out over the meal he had at the home of a Dalit family. Former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa once again in the eye of the storm. This time for practicing untouchability in 2017. At a Dalit outreach program in Mandya, Yediyurappa was scheduled to have a meal with a Dalit family, but he reportedly ordered food from a local restaurant for himself and his team instead of eating the food that was cooked by the Dalit family. Well, as word spread, Yediyurappa soon faced mass outrage for his apparently casteist action. He also hit out at the Congress, though, saying that the party does not have moral grounds to talk about Dalits.
Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಪಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಈ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಅವರು ತೀರ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಶವ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೂ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡದೇನೆ ಮುಂಬೈನ ದಾದರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಶವ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. ಇಂಥವ್ರು ಇವತ್ತು ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದಲಿತರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಗಜೀವನ್ ರಾಮ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಅಟಲ್ ಬಿಹಾರಿ ವಾಜಪೇಯಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗಲೇ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊರಟವ್ರು ನಾವು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಲ್ಲು ಹಾಕಿದವರು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನವರು. ಸೊ ಇವರು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ದಲಿತರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ನೈತಿಕ ಹಕ್ಕು ಈ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಕುಂತಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿಭಟಿಸಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ದಲಿತ ಸಮಾಜದ ಬಂಧುಗಳು ಸಹ ಈ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಾಸ್ತವಿಕ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿ उत्तर ಕೊಡುವಂತದ್ದಾಗಬೇಕು.
गरीब और दलितों के विरोधी मानसिकता भारतीय जनता पार्टी के डीएनए का हिस्सा है. जिस प्रकार से येदियुरप्पा जी का आचरण है वो दर्शाता है कि छुआछूत की बीमारी आज भी उनके मस्तिष्क, आत्मा और विचार से नहीं निकली है. चाहे वो रोहित वेमुला के ऊपर जातिगत टिप्पणियों को लेकर आक्रमण और आत्महत्या के लिए मजबूर करना हो, चाहे वो इसी प्रकार से गुजरात में हमारे दलित भाइयों की चमड़ी उधेड़ने की बात हो, चाहे राजस्थान में डेल्टा नाम की हमारी बेटी जो है उसकी जिस प्रकार से जघन्य हत्या हुई उसकी बात हो, और चाहे आए दिन दलितों पर जो अत्याचार हो रहे हैं, ये दर्शाते हैं कि ये सरकार गरीब और दलित विरोधी है.
The Congress and the Janata Dal, who are losing ground in the state, are trying to malign and fabricate charges to counter the Dalit outreach of Bharatiya Janata Party. I am sure the Dalit community will understand the motive behind it and reject their designs completely.
All right, let's go straight across to India Today's Nolan Pinto joining us live from Bengaluru. Nolan, Yediyurappa has responded to this entire controversy by attacking the Congress, attacking those trying to, gain political mileage out of it. But has he actually defended the apparent act of ordering food instead of eating at that family's house?
Well, Shiv, this is the interesting point, because we have put this question to all senior BJP leaders, but no one gives a proper answer. When we asked, did he or did he not eat food from outside? Did he or did he not ask his aides to order food from outside? They basically go around about saying that, well, he actually went to a Dalit's house, he went there, he had food, now it's whatever food he had, he still went over there. And most of the Dalits, we are not too sure, they say, the people who he actually went and had food there, they say that there were a lot of people, so whatever we cooked was insufficient. So we had no other go but to order food from outside.
Okay.
The point is that he came to our house and ate, but no one's actually answering that point. Did he or did he not? That is BSY. Did he or did he not or ask his aides to bring food from outside? Because the Chief Minister very clearly says that this is all a drama that the BJP is playing, and they have been exposed now.
Absolutely, the Congress is playing, you mean. Absolutely. Nolan, thanks very much for joining us on that. Well, there's no clarity, apparently, because the family is not angry. They say he came to our house and that's enough for us. But the Congress and other political parties have attacked B.S. Yediyurappa. But the fact is the BJP says this is a big controversy over absolutely nothing. Like Nolan was just pointing out, there were other issues at play. But there's still no clarity, so we'll keep a track of that story and try and get a more specific response from B.S. Yediyurappa. Moving on now, it's been 10 days since a massive fire in a building in Chennai's Vadapirani killed 4 people. But the police is even now yet to file an FIR. The building clearly flouted safety norms, including lack of fire extinguishers and proper fire exits. But the owner, who is an AIADMK ruling party functionary, is yet to be booked. What a familiar story. The police claims it's waiting for the city corporation to specify the building violations, but the residents claim the authorities are dragging their feet because of the owner's political connections with the ruling party.
It's been over 10 days since a fire engulfed this apartment in Vadapalani, and yet no action has been taken. Within hours, it was realized that there were clear flouting of safety norms. There was no fire exit whatsoever. There were no fire extinguishers placed within this apartment. But even to date, there's no FIR that has been filed. The police is pointing fingers at higher up, saying that they have to come out with a list of violations that have taken place with regards to this particular building, and hence put the onus on the corporation as well as the CMRDI. But at this point, all that we know is that the building owner is yet to be penalized. He's been absconding since the incident took place, and questions are now being raised on whether he is being let go of scot-free simply because of his links to the AIADMK party. With camera person Daniel, this is Akshita Nandagopal in Chennai for India Today.
And let's get a quick live update from Akshita in Chennai. Akshita, such a familiar story. Life is cheap. You know, the person probably responsible has political connections, and law enforcement simply dragging their feet. Such an incredibly familiar story. But what's the update? Where is this guy, and why hasn't the police got him yet?
Well, I wish I had an answer for that, Shiv, because at this point, there is no FIR even that's been filed for some sort of a manhunt or search operation to be launched against this man, the building owner. You know, can you believe this, Shiv? It's been nearly 13 days. 4 people died. A dozen others were rushed to hospital with severe burn injuries. Residents have lost their homes forever, and they're struggling to, get some sort of a foothold in the city of Chennai to go back to their normal lives. And here you have police who are claiming that the authorities are yet to give them a list of building norm violations, when clearly the basic of rules, the likes of fire exits, fire extinguishers, were not present. Questions are now being raised. The DMK also has put this up very, very strongly, saying, look, why hasn't the building owner been penalized, let alone find him? Why isn't there an FIR, a case against him that's already been filed? It's taken so many days. The police are claiming that, look, the corporation has to get back to us. So it's literally a case of finger pointing. Until now, no action has been taken. The reason residents are worried here, Shiv, is because they say that, they've given deposits, they've given advance, some of them to the tune of nearly 10 lakhs. All of that is with the building owner, and until he is caught, until there's a case against him, they're not going to get back this money. They can't get back on their feet. They can't find another home so that they can settle down once and for all. So that is the plight of these residents, and yet the authorities remain completely oblivious to the same. Shiv, you and I have been discussing this in such detail about the lack of governance in the state of Tamil Nadu. This is a prime example of the same.
This is such a prime example. An Indian metropolis, the ruling party has a connection with this building, and still the police does nothing. Remember, it's not just injuries, it's not just damage. 4 lives have been lost in that fire. Thanks very much, Akshita, for joining us. Thanks for staying with 5 Live. The Yogi Adityanath government in Uttar Pradesh is now planning to end minority reservation quotas in as many as 85 schemes introduced by the previous Akhilesh Yadav government. Well, while the opposition has called it the BJP's anti-minority agenda, the bigger question is Yogi Adityanath's quota purge a masterstroke, or will it only lead to the alienation or further alienation of the minority community? There's a big debate around this. Take a look.
देखिए, यहाँ पे न टीका का भेद होगा, न टोपी का भेद होगा. दोनों से मुक्त होकर के जिसको टोपी लगानी हो टोपी लगाएं, जिसको टीका लगाना हो टीका लगाएं। तो मैं स्वयं टीका लगाता हूं, लेकिन अगर कोई ये चाहता होगा कि सरकार इस आधार पर किसी को विशेष रियायत दे देगी, कतई संभव नहीं है।
Days after Yogi Adityanath's promise of a UP for all and appeasement of none at Panchayat Aaj Tak, he has got down to business. The 2-month-old BJP government is moving to axe reservation in government schemes. Yogi is all set to end 20% quota for minorities. 85 welfare schemes launched by the previous Akhilesh Yadav government will be overhauled. India Today has learnt that the proposal for ending minority quota will be moved in the UP cabinet soon. Though the 20% quota was for minorities, the beneficiaries by and large were Muslims.
60 के दशक के बाद इस देश को 3 नासूरों ने देश की राजनीति को ग्रसित किया था। एक परिवारवाद, दूसरा जातिवाद और तीसरा एपिसमेंट। ये तीनों नासुरों से, परिवारवाद से, जातिवाद से और तुष्टीकरण से भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने मुक्ति दिलाई है देश की राजनीति को और पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस को बढ़ावा दिया।
The move has led to a raging political fire, with Adityanath putting Akhilesh's project under lock and key. Rural development, social welfare, power, healthcare, agriculture, Panchayati Raj and women's welfare are some of the schemes that will be hit. With the Yogi Adityanath government acting on what it calls Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas pledge, there are fears the decision to scrap minority quota will lead to further alienation of Muslims in a community fragile state. Bureau Report, India Today.
I want to quickly bring in Syed Zafarul Islam of the BJP, who's with us. Also Ghanshyam Tiwari of the Samajwadi Party, the erstwhile ruling party in Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Tiwari, your reactions to this signal from the Yogi Adityanath government saying that they're going to purge minority quotas first in 85 schemes introduced by the Akhilesh Yadav government and then maybe more. It's the beginnings of something big apparently. Your reactions?
Well, the biggest thing that has happened in Uttar Pradesh is the Upadravi culture that is led by Hinsa Vahini. The public policy agenda of Yogi Adityanath ji has been about ban, starting from meat ban to every other thing, to the extent except Upadravis in Uttar Pradesh, everybody is facing ban or cancellations. As far as public policy is concerned, the Honorable Supreme Court 2-member judge spoke about the Samajwadi Pension Yojana, which you speak about as quotas, right? On this Yojana, the Supreme Court said that this is a beautiful scheme. So on one end, even the Supreme Court liked the schemes that we put out for upliftment of the marginalized and poor, while on the other end, you have a new government in power with huge mandate, but no public policy agenda except propaganda.
But don't you think this is a direct attack at the core of the policies of the Samajwadi Party government, Ghanshyam, where they've basically said that this was a government that indulged in appeasement politics? You can call it a pension policy or any other policy. It could have been praised by the Supreme Court, but at the end of the day, it was a minority-based quota system, and therefore, it is not just signaling an end to that quota system, but also a critique or a criticism of the Akhilesh Yadav government and the Samajwadi Party as being obsessed with minority appeasement. That's what appears to be the political message.
When propaganda is the basis of criticism, when the idea of promoting enmity between communities is the basis of criticism, we do not take that criticism. Your criticism is breaking the country. From Punjab to Madhya Pradesh, you have broken communities, you have created a culture of lynch mob. I think the lynch mob culture of violence and everything that you say, you are not answering to the governance agenda of Uttar Pradesh. You are answering to your own Hinsa Vahinis and your own propaganda. The real question is, will you provide employment to the youth? Will you uplift the infrastructure in the state? Will you create an atmosphere of of friendliness among communities? Will you create an atmosphere of unity? In Uttar Pradesh, there are 1 crore women between age of 15 to 24 who are neither at school nor in job.
Let's get Syed Zafarul Islam to answer that question.
This government has not put out an agenda of governance. They have an agenda of propaganda.
Let's get a response on that. Syed Zafarul Islam, definitely a maverick move by the Yogi Adityanath government. Samajwadi Party government, expectedly and justifiably on the back foot, saying this is something that will alienate the minority community. It will create even more divisions and create an even more communal atmosphere. Your response?
First of all, let me tell you that Bharatiya Janata Party has repeatedly said, and today what we are discussing is in the light, you should see in the light of what a statement we have made in the past, that we do not believe in appeasement policy. Policy of appeasement is something which we totally discard no matter what. Having said that, you also have to, it is for the Muslim community to see whether this policy of appeasement has landed them where. Today their situation is has turned from bad to worse purely because they trusted blindly those leaders who were giving them some sort of assurances, but they have never delivered anything. All this quota system was nothing but a farce because it has not improved their lifestyle, it has not improved their wealth, it has never worked as a welfare for the minority community. Having said that, let me tell you give you some example to my friend from Samajwadi Party. You have seen this Ujjwala scheme. Did we announce that we will have a quota of 20% for the Muslim women? No, we haven't made this kind of announcement yet. You see that the focus is on the poor and marginalized, and so we need to empower them. And today, more than 20% women from Muslim community are the beneficiaries.
Ghanshyam, respond to that. That's
Did we made any attempt to make the society or community or for that matter the country or
Ghanshyam Tiwari, respond to the point that what has the Muslim community, what has the minority community gained from appeasement politics? That's what the BJP is saying. The BJP is basically saying, look, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is their plank. It is development for everyone. But they are saying, how dare the Samajwadi Party say this to us? What has the Muslim community really gained from all these minority policies, of the Samajwadi Party, of the Congress in the past? That's what they're saying.
We must look at governance in a holistic sense. When Akhilesh Yadav ji spoke about developing Uttar Pradesh, his agenda does not compete with BJP. BJP is welcome to put out a better agenda if they have the caliber to do it, but they have not. They got a state which had a vibrant infrastructure development, vibrant community atmosphere, and they have turned it into Padrivi state. I'll give you 3 examples. Zafar Iqbal talks about minorities. Their own government in the center spent only 38% of its funds allocated in the Ministry of Minorities in 2016. This was a Times of India report. Second, talking about Yogi ji, what is he accused of? What are the crimes against Yogi ji? What is it the High Court is telling him? He is accused of propagating crimes against minority through hate speech, and he is not giving the High Court his own voice.
But what is that?
So
as far as minority quotas is concerned,
Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas.
Understood.
I'm saying the Yogi ji's idea of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is a farce, is what I'm trying to suggest.
Third, the Yogi government, wherever you stand on the Yogi Adityanath government, the fact is that government has only become incumbent a few short weeks ago. But Syed Islam, the criticism of such a thing would be that the atmosphere is such that this would contribute to a greater alienation of the Muslim community. The BJP doesn't agree with that at all, does it? What the BJP is saying is that this will be the first of many such moves to bring the Muslim community, which has been alienated so far, into the mainstream. Is that what your argument is?
No, let me also add something here. I think these kind of policy will not only alienate Muslims from SP and BSP and Congress, it will only have their confidence in BJP will only enhance, because they will realize at the end of the day that the policy matter of the Bharatiya Janata Party and the India government will only benefit them. We will not do any tom-tom, but we will ensure that they are the beneficiary because they belong to the lower strata of the community and the society, and they should be the beneficiary and they will get the benefit.
Okay, we're going to have to see how... Okay, yeah, quick response, Ghanshyam Tiwari, then I'll close this. Quick response. Okay, I apologize for that. There seems to be a bit of an audio problem there with both our guests, so we'll have to wrap this up. I'm sorry for that. We'll try and continue this at a later time. But there you have it. It's a controversial decision, but signaling the end of minority politics as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned. 85 schemes now, maybe the entire lot later on. We'll have to see how it actually goes. It's something that the government will have to tread very carefully about. It's a divisive issue. It's a communal issue, certainly. And the way it goes could decide on law and order and peace in the state as well. The BJP says it's all about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Pakistani proxies provoking yet again. The national anthem of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, POK, was played at the start of a cricket match in a stadium in South Kashmir's Pulwama on Sunday. This opening ceremony of the match, which was the final of a cricket tournament locally, was streamed live on Facebook. Well, the video shows members of the two teams, Shining Star Pampor and Pulwama Tigers, lined up as the anthem of POK plays.
और ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैच से पहले कोई ऐसी इंसिडेंट हो, तो जो वहाँ के कमांडर्स हैं, जो फोर्सेस हैं, वो इस चीज़ को संज्ञान में लेंगे और देखेंगे उसके ऊपर क्या एक्शन हो सकता है आगे आने वाले टाइम। वीडियो का ऐसे वायरल होना, ये गलत कई दफ़ा इंफॉर्मेशन और माहौल को ख़राब करते हैं और ये ऐसी चीज़ें लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन के लिए ठीक नहीं है और अगर कोई ऐसी चीज़ आती है सामने तो ये माहौल उससे ख़राब होता है।
दिस इज ए कॉमन थिंग हैपनिंग, इट्स नॉट that you have a surprise on you. So many events have taken place. It's not the first time that you see their flag. It's not the first time that you hear their slogans. It's not the first time they sing their anthem. It's a daily affair in different parts. Maybe somewhere it is more, somewhere it is less. If the government has a strategy to overcome the situation, to take everybody with you, and to carry the people with you, will the opposition not cooperate with the government?
It is a total failure on the part of Indian and the state intelligence and the defense review also, and government must take serious note of it. This kind of event must not be repeated again.
Thanks very much for watching tonight's edition of 5 Live. See you at the same time tomorrow.